We're going to go through a tutorial of creating a bend part from scratch using the 3D modeling in MetaCam. We're going to start here, go to New, or File, New. We're going to choose 3D Model. You're going to choose your material, thickness. So we've got a couple options set up: plexiglass, aluminum, stainless steel. We're going to choose aluminum at 1.25, which is 11 gauge thickness. Done. We come in here to this button here, select it. I think the easiest thing for some standard bends here is we're going to just plug in the dimensions that we want. And you can choose inside or outside. So when you're doing this, whether you're seeing a 3D model or a flat view, we're going to do 36, we'll do 2, and just make it even, do a 24. Hit return. It's going to ask if we're inside or outside dimensions for those. We're going to choose outside. I'm going to grab my pick arrow again and rotate my thing around. And so I've got my box that I'm going to bend. I definitely don't need the top because this is going to be a type of a pan. You can notice here that there's nothing at the joining sections of any of these pieces bringing them together. So the first thing we're going to do is come down here and grab this bend edge, and so we're going to select, as it says, click on the edges to be marked as bend edges. So we're going to click these. So we're going to bend this whole thing up into one piece, and we'll zoom in. You can see that it's created the radius and the fillet for the bend in that area. So at that point, we have a pan that we're going to have as a finished product. I'm going to come over here to the bending tab. We're going to go over here. You can see the different, it's going 1, 2, 3, 4. You could resequence it. You could sequence it backwards. I like to just bring it in and let the system do what it thinks it should do. So the next step is going to be the auto sequence. We're just going to hit that button. And we're going to get some options for tooling. And this top area is, if I chose that, it would go through the database for all the suppliers and just pick the best tool that it thought to use. We have standard tools set up in our system. In this case, we're going to use the Lematic, not the Lematic standard, because we have basically a bend that will happen in between two edges, which will need to have specific size tooling to be put in there. So we'll choose that, and we hit OK. And boom, you've got, you can see you've got a die and a punch associated at each of the bends. And then I come down here to this play button. It's called Simulate Bend. Hit it. And then we can just kind of validate what this program is going to do. Bend 2. You can stop it, move it forward, move it back. You can see the different pieces of the puzzle here that are in. So you can put as much stuff in the view as you want. And so there's our part. That's the program of where the backstops are going to go, and the tools that are going to be used, and the pressures that it needs to bend everything. If I come up into here, I do this print preview, and this is the report that will come out for that person indicating the bends and where they are. It's page 1, and it shows the setup, always at 0, the different styles of dies and punches that you need, and the different lengths that make up that total width that it needs. And then kind of an illustration of bend 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So this is good information to give to the operator. But at this point we're done. Well, we're going to save this as test. Tutorial file. Just do 3D test. So I first save my file where I need to save it. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit this generate NCO. So I need to put this thing out in the machine again. So we can go through a little cycle here, and then pop up. But the key to this is that we're, saved it first, so we bring in the 3D test name with it. This is the key: network S500 atom KV file. So we're going to go into this KV file root file folder, whatever you want to call it. Hit save, and then it will send all of the program, the dies, the punches, if they're not already loaded in, out to the machine for use. So I'm not going to send it out, but you just hit save at that point and it's all done. So that is a brief, quick tutorial on how to do a 3D part bend from scratch. Thank you.